Let me get to Michael Watson, Mississippi Secretary of State. Morning, Michael. How are you, sir? It's good to have you. Thank you.
I'm great, Paul. How are you?
Doing good. There are some things going on here, and first of all, let's get to the initiative deal here. What is this about, and what's the latest on that?
Yeah, so Mississippi Businesses Against Trafficking. And Paul, you'll remember my time in the legislature. It's one of the issues we worked on really hard. Met with several women who had experiences learning about human trafficking. And really, most of us kind of thought it wasn't a Mississippi deal, but it is. And every other day, matter of fact, there's a case that goes reported here in Mississippi as according to our latest stats. So Mississippi Businesses Against Trafficking is something that we saw some other secretaries around the country launching these initiatives. So we wanted to do that here in Mississippi. And from that, we've talked to Louisiana, Kentucky, Alabama, Florida, Georgia. We're going to try to do an SEC initiative to get all these other states on board. So businesses in Mississippi, obviously they have a connection to us through our business services division. We're going to allow them to get training, documents, training modules, training videos, you name it, for their employees to make sure that people can see, hey, if I see human trafficking, what exactly am I looking for? And once I see it, who do I report it to? So a great initiative, one that we're going to continue to push here in Mississippi.
You go back, and we've done interviews with this before, and I remember the very first ones, and thanks to Philip Gunn, Speaker of the House, one of the guys who really helped us into this. And when we started reporting it, it looked like some legislators took notice of this. Sheriffs came on, and it was an eye-opener for most of us. But it was that lack of knowledge from the people who are working in the convenience stores to the hotels to really, as far as law enforcement themselves, who saw this and did not connect it with human trafficking. And boy, that has changed tremendously, has it not?
Incredibly so. And, we partnered with our very first ones at the conference we had launching this, the Mississippi Braves, convenience stores, the massage industry, hotel industry, the people that are seeing it every single day. So when we get their employees trained, and again, a lot of credit to Speaker Gunn, he did a great job getting a lot of force behind this in the legislature, pushing it forward. So appreciate his work. And it takes all of us. The Attorney General's office is doing some things. The DPS is doing some things. So as long as we're all working together towards the same goal, we're going to continue to fight this effectively here in Mississippi.
Michael, I hate to say this, but it's so sad that we have a leader of this country, and I'm telling you, if the results were the same as they are now, and this guy was a Republican, I would beg for him to resign, put the vice president, whomever that happened to be, in here. You cannot have leadership like this, leadership that affects us all. But in the ARP, the American Rescue Plan, we are finding more and more about how much money goes into there, money that's supposed to be going down to the border for different things, and they are exacerbating human trafficking along the coast. When you start looking at some of this thing that's going on, you can directly tie some of where that money is going now to increasing human trafficking. So this is on the shoulders of this administration. I had a story yesterday about this one, and some of the money from going to different organizations that are funneling this in and that are making this possible. And that is, it's sad to see that. And even if you're a Democrat, you have to say something has to change. But
you're right, Paul. And it's human slavery. And if for those who've been down to the border, there's an area that you can go to, many of them actually, where you can actually hear the screams in the nighttime. And it's heartbreaking as a father, something that obviously is very important to me, making sure that we can have as safe in Mississippi as possible. But this is happening across the country, and it's happening in Mississippi. So the more that we can awaken ourselves to this issue, and again, you're right, we've got to call out our leaders. If they're not doing their jobs, we need to tell them about it.
Is there something on your website, or is there a website where it gives some bullet points on this one? Here's what to look for, regardless of where you are.
There is. It's actually on our front page now. There's an embed box there that you can click on. So there's information under there. And again, we've had a great response since we had our press conference. Businesses all across the state calling in saying, hey, how can we be part of this? So it's exciting. And again, one that we've got to continue to work on here in our state.
Who can take advantage of this? once again?
So it's all our businesses right now. It's Mississippi Businesses Against Trafficking. So as they sign up, they will get access to training materials. And again, it's something that we've got to go from the top to the bottom of Mississippi. All businesses need to be training their employees what to look for, what are the things that I need to see, and then who do I call once I see these things. So making sure the education component is out there for everyone and available is one of the things that we wanted to do with this initiative.
Switching horses here, give us the timeline as far as the next the dates that we need to watch as far as the next election is concerned, as far as coming up to the midterms.
Yeah, so November 8th obviously is a big day, going to be one that we need to get everybody out to vote on. But there are absentee voting is live now. People need to know that. And then the last two Saturdays, October 29th, I believe it is, and November 5th, from 8 to noon, your circuit clerk offices will be open. So if you want to absentee vote, and make your plans now, Paul. So many times we hear these folks that, kind of last minute took a trip and forgot, wait a minute, I didn't go vote. So start planning now, making sure if you're out of town and you fit one of these reasons that you can absentee vote, get down to your circuit clerk's office, make sure your voice is heard at the ballot box. So October 29th and November 5th are two really big days. And then if you're voting by mail, obviously.
Wait a minute. It's just, hang on. It's just on those 2 days, or does it start on October 29th?
No. It's live now. Those are the two Saturdays. So if you can't make it during the week, those are the two Saturdays that they're open from 8 till 12.
Okay, I got you. So absentee voting is going on from now through November the 5th.
That's exactly right. So that last Saturday is the last day that you can vote absentee. Yeah, so it's live now. If you can get down to the circuit clerk's office and make sure you get those plans in to go vote. We need better turnout, Paul, as you saw, roughly 11%.
All right, I'm confused. Probably the medication has got my head going. This Saturday it's not open?
It is not. So October 29th and November 5th are the two Saturdays.
And November 5th are the only two Saturdays. It's open every day of the week, Monday through Friday, but those are the two Saturdays that it's open. Now, I just needed to have a little explaining to me.
You're fine.
Thank you, man.
Normal operating hours right now, and then two Saturdays thrown into the mix on the 29th and the 5th.
I got you. Let's talk about the initiative process. Anything's going to happen as far as the 2023 session? Secretary of State Michael Watson's with us. Anything going to happen on that one as far as
Paul,
the
I hope
process?
So. People need to vote. People need their voices to be heard. And that's one of the things that we put into law. And I think the legislature should fix it. We've given them several opportunities and ideas of ways to go. I know there was some concern and there were some efforts to do that. But again, Mississippians deserve the initiative process, and we need to make sure they have that.
Do you have the litany of ways that we could use an ID in this state? Is that written down anywhere in front of you? Because I know as we put this thing together, and Delbert Hosemann put it together when he was Secretary of State, and every time I hear this, and we just played something as far as voter ID a few moments ago, and you hear this, and nobody quotes Mississippi. Nobody even uses Mississippi as an example, certainly a Democrat, because the examples are too good. But there are just a plethora of ways that you can vote in the state of Mississippi where if anybody's ever turned down, they're probably not existed. Would you agree with
10 different forms of ID, absolutely. 10 different forms of ID. And if you don't have one, we'll give you one. Yeah. We'll provide it for you.
That's 11, isn't it? Michael, thank you, man. 10. Appreciate it very much. It's
Thanks,
always
Paul.
a pleasure having you. Thank you very much. Michael Watson, the City Secretary.